always start off with that. I'll be muted and be talking and everything. Yo, what's going on, everybody, man? It's your boy Ike. You already know how it goes down on Thursday night. It's the Ike's Tech Talk weekly live stream, man. So happy to be chatting it up and chilling with everybody, man. The homie Tech King Mike literally just finished up, if I'm not mistaken. He literally just finished up, man. So if you didn't go and check him out, definitely make sure for sure that you guys go and check out the replay, the whole 9 yards. You already know how it gets down, man. Homie was getting some good conversation going, man. I was over there lurking, was trying to get everything ready, had to talk my moms through some tech support stuff. So you already know, man. But like I say, you already know, got to get that cam check, got to get the audio check, make sure everything is good. Everything should be good, but just want to make sure that everything is good to go. Kind of give everybody just a few minutes here, man. Get that roll call going. But yeah, as always, man, how's everybody doing out there, yo? For real, for real. Super close to the weekend as always when we do these live streams, man. I'm super excited about the weekend. Not that anything's going on, just always excited to get some time away from work, man. It's been killer, so super, super happy, yo. All right, cool. All right, guys. So, like I said, let's go ahead and get through this roll call, and we'll get right into the topics, man. Because I got about 3 that I just wanted to kind of touch bases on and just kind of cover with you guys, man. A couple of things been kind of going on in the kind of tech community, so kind of need to address them as always, man. You're probably already didn't heard them beat to death and stuff, but I haven't heard my opinion, so it's kind of what we're gonna talk about today, man. But we got Sean Robinson in the building. What's going on, my dude? I hope everything is good with you. Hope you're having a good Thursday evening. The homie Barry said, Lurk Squad. What's going on, Barry, man? Hope everything is good, my guy. Hey, as always, Umar, man, what's going on? What's going on? Hope everything is good. Hey, Lewis is in the building. Mr. Double ZB1 right there. Yo, Lewis, I'm hating on you for that white ZB1, man. That's the color I wanted when I got mine, but I couldn't find one like used that was white for a good price. But yeah, I just happened to come across his picture of the white ZV1 not too long ago, and man, that thing is fire, yo, fire. Barry said everything is good. That's what's up. That's what's up, my guy. Got Miss Shay, Queen of Steeler Nation in the building. What is going on with you? Hope everything is good. Hey, see, Ova, what's going on, my guy? What's going on? What's going on? Hey, Umar said, I just want the pixel update this Monday. I think, yo, real talk, man. I think everybody wants that. I'm looking at Big John. But I think everybody wants that pixel update on Monday, man. Like I said, I know I definitely do. I'm not running into anything like super, super crazy, man. But I always like for new updates and stuff like that. You know, just make the device as a whole more stable, more reliable, that kind of thing. So it is what it is, but we got Big John Tech in the building. What's going on, John, man? Hope everything is good with you, my guy. Kenny is in the building as well, man. Good evening to you, sir. Good evening to you. Hey, Raymond, what's going on? What's going on? Hey, Jason C, what's going on? Ike and Stream, what's going on with you, my guy? Always ready with those questions, sparking up that conversation and that debate, man. So, like I said, guys, with that being said, let's go ahead and kind of tackle into it. This will kind of lead us literally right into it. We'll go ahead and kind of touch bases. Yo, Gary, what's going on, man? Contractor POV is that man that you want to follow. Yo, with the Oppo Find N, man, did you ever find out anything else about it, man? I know everybody's been asking you because everything going on, but I'm just curious, man, if everything is good with it. Because I remember you saying on Twitter, like, DHL had it or something like that. So kind of curious, man. I'm really hoping that you get your hands on. I'm trying to live vicariously through you and Gigi, so got to make sure. But like I said, this will kind of take us right into that first topic. So he said, I mean, the phone is fine, but I'm afraid of something bad happening. And like I said, that fear is more than justifiable. Like I completely understand. Like what I said, with everybody kind of reporting their issues and stuff like that, man, like I'm not in a place where I'm gonna say, you'll be fine. Like, no. If they can get these updates rolling out, get the updates rolling out. So I definitely get it. But literally going over to that first topic, man, I know that you guys have already seen it. If not, I'll pull it up. And I'm pretty sure everybody's seen it at this point. But I gotta talk the MKBHD tweet, man, talking about the Pixel 6 Pro. So let me preface this by saying, yo, James, what's going on, man? And we definitely gonna get into the Matrix because I did see it. I'm gonna give a full blown spoiler kind of alert when I get to it, but we can talk about that. We can talk about that too. But anyway, back to the MKBHD thing. So, like I said, I gotta preface this by saying, yo, like first and foremost, I have the utmost respect for the man, like 110%. I think he's probably one of the best, if not the best, when it comes to this whole tech YouTube thing. And like I said, not in terms of like what I specifically look for, but just when you're looking for it from a general perspective. When you hear tech YouTube, Marquez Brownlee literally comes right there, right? So, like I said, I have the utmost respect for the man, especially with him looking like me, right? So, like I said, nothing but respect and love, and shout out to him for the grind and the hustle. But I literally don't understand how one person can tweet something and the entire internet just like literally like loses their complete and utter, excuse my language, but they completely and utter just lose their shit. Like it and you already know I don't really curse. I like to keep it family friendly, but I don't understand. Like oh my God, like it was insane. Like he tweeted, I instantly saw it on Reddit. You got news outlets like Droid Life, for example, and I'm name calling some of these articles because some of the titles that they were like giving and titles that they were trying to throw onto this joint was just like how did you pull this out of this man's tweet kind of situation? I get it, headlines, everybody's trying to get the click and get you to read. I get it, I 100% understand that. But yo, all this man did was talk about his specific experience, and you would have seriously thought like he came out and was like, the Pixel is trash. You know what I'm saying? Like it was nothing like that. He was just talking about his specific experience. And there's definitely two sides to that coin. Got people on both sides. But I personally just found it super tasteless for a lot of the articles and stuff like that was coming out. Like some of these headlines, like, oh, MKBHD says, Pixel 6 Pro is super buggy, trash phone. Like, I mean, anything that you thought you would have saw about this phone, like you would have seen it in the title. Like it was beyond belief. Like I'm like, bro, this man just tweeted and everybody lost their collective minds. Like I get it. He's super, super influential. I understand that aspect, right? But I feel like at some point, man, we have to, and I'm sure if he came to the live stream, if he hopped on with me or whatever the case may be, he would agree. I don't feel as though he's the type to have an ego, or like I said, I don't know him personally, but it doesn't seem like the type to have an ego to the point where he holds his review or his opinion on something higher than anyone else's. Like he always seems to be the type of guy who's kind of like, look, you have your experience, but this is my experience, which is in my opinion how it's supposed to be. The problem is you have so many people taking what this man says for law. It's like, dude, I mean, like I said, I get it. I get who he is. I get it. It's the name. I know the brand, all of that stuff. But yo, you cannot take one single person's experience as law. Seriously. Because there's people who've had, great experiences with devices that I've gone out and purchased later. And I'm like, what? Like how some people are talking about, One UI 4 before Samsung's really started rolling out the updates. I had the very first update on my S21 Ultra, and I remember talking to Barry in Twitter DMs. I'm like, bro, how are people saying that this is better than Android 12 on the Pixel, right? And I know when you get to that, you kind of get to it being subjective. Some people like One UI better. Some people like the Pixel experience better. But it's like the way that I was hearing about Samsung pushing out this update for Android 12, I'm like, yo, like, people are talking about the animations are so much smoother, it's so much more responsive. And I load it and I'm like, this is pretty much the same as One UI 3 to me, right? I don't know if this is just people's first Samsung devices or whatever, but and like I said, I'm not bashing Samsung or saying that they're bad. I'm still using the Fold. Right now I'm carrying the Fold 3 and the Pixel 6 Pro. So I'm not bashing anybody. I'm just saying you're and I get like people don't want to buy these devices before they hear people talk about it. I understand that, right? But you don't formulate your decision on one specific reviewer. Don't even do it for me. Like don't watch any of my content and not go watch someone else's as well to help formulate your opinion. Things that matter to them may not matter to me. Things that don't matter to me may matter to them. And you can get a different perspective. But taking one person's kind of tweet or experience and then to kind of like take it to the next level, you have some people like myself who have the December update. I sideloaded it. Excuse me. I sideloaded it before Google pulled it, like officially pulled it anyway. And MKBHD's running the normal November update. And I'm not saying that's his fault. It's not. Google should have pushed it out over the air. It should have been ready. We already know. But I'm saying like, and again, I'm not saying my opinion is more valuable than his. I'm just saying you have to take all this stuff into account. You have to. Okay, do you have the December update? Okay, you do. Are you still having these issues? Okay, did you try to factory reset? I had some issues that persisted over, or pretty much over the transition to the December update. I factory reset it, and I haven't seen them yet. And now, again, you shouldn't have to go through all of that. I'm not giving Google a pass. Like, you shouldn't have to go through all of that. But you have to look at the entire picture. You can't just look at one single tweet or any of that. Like, you got to look at the entire picture, right? So it just really like that really, as Peter Griffin would say, grinded my gears, man. I'm like, man, this man literally, and the crazy part is that makes it so like funny to me as far as that other side, because then you got some people calling this man a liar. Oh, you're just hanging up the new S22 Ultra because he said he's going to the S21 Ultra, and all of that stuff. And I'm like, okay, you're saying that. And one, MKBHD, when it comes to talking about if a device is like good or bad, I don't know, about you guys, but I rarely see him tweet stuff like that. Like what he said about the Pixel, that's a rare occurrence, in my opinion. I don't normally see him tweet out about phones like that, right? Because and I gotta believe that the reason why he doesn't is because he understands how much power he has. So, oh my God, like that just really, really grinded my gears, man. Like I'm like, bro, and like again, I'm not trying to defend the Pixel because I'm still having issues. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm still having some issues. They're not major for me to stop using the phone, but I am still having issues. But it's like when it's like, yo, it just baffles my mind. And the thing is like, I get it. You people tend to like pick their favorite creators and they just stick to them like glue. You see the same thing with video game streamers. Like I was literally reading something in Reddit where people were talking about two Destiny streamers. Destiny, the like MMO action RPG from Bungie. If you guys don't play, but yeah, like I'm listening to people on Reddit just arguing back and forth about two different streamers and why one is better than the other. And like why, like what, like. Deep breath, dog. Deep breath, man. Deep breath. Lewis said the white Sony ZV-1 is the one I won in a giveaway. In other words, Sony. Yo, it did treat you good. It did treat you good. Yo, James, I did say what's up, man. I did say what's up. The third-party shipper didn't deliver it. Okay. Well, hopefully, man, they can at least get you like a refund or send you out another unit, something like that, man. Hopefully. Hey, she said, I'm doing good. We got the Chiefs this Sunday in the playoffs. Okay, that's what's up. I know football season, playoffs is upon us, man. Like I said, I'm not huge into football, but I normally will catch like some of the playoffs and definitely the Super Bowl. So we'll definitely see what happens with that, man. And yes, I did watch Matrix Resurrections, man. As someone that was like, and this is super like controversial, but like a lot of people don't like the original trilogy sequels, like Reloaded and Revolutions. I actually like them. And Resurrections was not like a great movie. It was very meh. Like it was meh in my opinion. Like they had some stuff that was like kind of cool, but I don't know about that one. I mean, I'm not mad that they made it. I get it, but it was very meh. I'm very happy that I watched it on HBO Max and I did not go to the theater. And like the thing is, I saw Spider-Man in theaters, and like that movie was fantastic. Like it was probably the best movie I saw in theaters in 2021. But Matrix, I'm really happy I didn't spend my money to go see that. I'm gonna leave it at that. Hey, Fit Blonde Tech, what's going on? And I got a question for you too, if you still here, Fit Blonde Tech. With the Switch, man, I'm thinking about getting an OLED Switch, and I know you have normal Nintendo Switches. Do you think that it's worth it to go and grab that OLED Switch? I know Migs has one, so I'm gonna have to hit up Migs too. I'm just curious. I'm thinking about pulling the trigger on one, man. I'm kind of got a couple games coming out that I'm interested in, so I'm thinking about it. Hey, Marquez pulled up to the stream on that. Oh, so he pulled up to what stream? To whose stream, James? Hey, Eric, what's going on, my dude? Hope everything is good with you. LaShawn, my dude. Hey, just so that way y'all know as well, man. Because I always forget it, so I got to make sure I shout it out now too. Not just LaShawn, but Juan Carlos Bagnell, TK Bay, man. Best of our week. Yeah, best of our week. It's right after my live stream. So make sure you go and show them some love and check them out as well. Tomorrow, we got the homie LaShawn, aka Holla at Your Boy, with the open mic night on Fridays. You already know where you need to be. I'm gonna be there lurking in the chat like I always do. So definitely show that man some love too, man. Definitely show that man some love. Umar said, and I'm like ranting, and you guys are killing it, yo. I got to get with the program. He said they need those SEO views, and I know I get it. Like from that journalistic standpoint, like I get it. Like they got to make it attention grabbing. Like that title has to evoke some type of emotional response from you. Either you're mad, so you go read it so you can talk trash about it, or you love the title, so you go read it because you agree with them. Like it has to invoke something emotional. And that definitely did for me because I was like, why are y'all posting this trash, bro? Like, it was just like, wow. Scoop literally said it best. Welcome to the media. If it bleeds, it leads. Facts, man. Hey, Renz, what's going on, my dude? Hope everything is good with you, yo. Hey, Clifton, man. What's up? What's going on? Jason C said, if people don't have the same experience, then many people feel they're just bashing the device. Exactly. And like you even have the the reverse side of that coin where you may have somebody say I'm not having any issues or whatever the case may be to that person who's saying that they're having issues, and they can kind of take that as like, well, I'm having issues. And it's like you get in like this standoff where it's like, well, I'm having issues. Well, I'm not having issues. Well, I'm having issues. Well, I'm not having it. It's like you get into this standoff where it's just like, okay, in my opinion, we should strive to where nobody is having issues, right? So for me personally, man, I'll always try to be an advocate for anyone, like literally for anybody. If I'm not having issues, cool, but this person is, so let's get it fixed so they can enjoy this product as well. So, hey, shout out to Mike, man. Shout out to Mike, my guy, with the $10 super chat. Yo, appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you. I was lurking in there too, man. You were spitting some facts. I also caught the replay. You know exactly what I'm talking about, man. You handled yourself very well. Might I say, dog. You handled yourself very well. Very, very well. All right. Umar said, I'm going to be really annoyed if I have to factory reset my phone. So if you're not having like any issues, dude, then you shouldn't have to, right? Like you shouldn't have to. Just the issue that I was having was the whole refresh rate thing that MKBHD was talking about, where he was saying his phone like constantly throttles to 60 and won't go back up. I was having that issue. And I updated, was still having it. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go thermonuclear on this Pixel, and I factory reset it, and I haven't had the issue since. So hopefully you won't have to, man. Hopefully you won't have to. He did tweet about the OnePlus 7 Pro while he had it. He used it longer as a main device than anything else he had. Yeah, I remember the OnePlus 7 Pro. He really, really loved it. I think he even gave it phone of the year that year, because I know OnePlus 7 Pro was a lot of people's phone of the year, because that thing was absolute fire. I remember trading in. I had whatever the latest iPhone at the time was. I think it was like the 10s Max. I remember trading in my 10s Max to go and get one. I was on T-Mobile Jump on Demand, and I was like, look, that OnePlus is looking fire. Let me grab that. And that front-facing camera was so good. Like, not even just like the whole, like, no interruption on the screen, but the actual quality. Like, it was so good. It was so good, man. It was so good. Hey, Gigi, what's going on? Hope everything is good with you as well. Eric said, I actually watched the whole set of movies for The Matrix, and I gotta say, Once and Revolutions was really good, but Resurrections was just okay. It was really cool. Exactly. Like that's literally how I felt about it too. Like, as somebody who was like heavy, like I'm heavy into like the Matrix lore and all that stuff. Like I watch Matrix Explained, all of that, man. Like I love those guys over there. If you love the Matrix and you want to know more about like the lore behind it, like all like the deep stuff and the kind of philosophical, all that good stuff, Matrix Explained is who you want to check out. Absolutely love him. Absolutely love him. He said, but the original Matrix stuff redone with more up to date graphics and CGI, but I wouldn't say it was good. Exactly, Eric. Same. Absolutely same. He said Matrix 4 doesn't have the smoke, but it doesn't take itself. And I think that's what it was for me. I'm so used to those movies like being serious, like from the first one all through the end of the trilogy, it was very serious, like this is what's at stake, like we got to win this war against the machine. So the soundtrack for the original is still like probably like one of my favorite movie soundtracks of all time. The song Wake Up by Rise Against the Machine. I almost didn't remember the band's name. Rise Against the Machine, Wake Up, still like one of my favorite songs of all time too, man. So the first one holds a special place for me. Like that is my favorite movie of all time. Like The Matrix is all that and a bag of potato chips. Just not the new movie. It wasn't that great. He said Marquez came. Oh, he's talking about. I mean, okay, if you believe that was the real Marquez, man. He said, "Do you have the Crunchyroll?" Oh, I did watch Attack on Titan. I did. I watched. I think it was just I think this is the first episode of like the final part of the final season. Yeah, I did check it out. I have Crunchyroll, I want to say. I think I have Crunchyroll still. Yeah, I do still have Crunchyroll. Yeah. But yeah, watched it. Super good. Crunchyroll service crashed. Yeah, it dropped. It crashed when it did that, and for Demon Slayer too, dog. Kimetsu no Yaiba. Yeah, Demon Slayer is getting pretty good too, man. I'm like trying to get through. Well, not trying, but I tried to get through like the slow parts because this season started off really slow, man. Like really slow, but it's starting to pick up a little bit. Hey, he said, appreciate. Hey, no problem. And like I said, you handled yourself very well, dog. 100% justified, my guy. My issues have been with my accessories. Oh, okay. What kind of accessories, Umar? Like wireless charger, stuff like that? I'm just curious, man. He said that 7 Pro is the truth, man. Yo, I think the 7 Pro had a hold on everybody, dog. Like I honestly think it had a hold on everybody. Like it was so good. It was so good. It was so good. Like that for sure was like my favorite phone that year. Like I honestly think if OnePlus would have kept that going, like gave us that same, I mean, even if they would have just gave us that same design and just updated like the cameras and did some stuff on the software side, I think that design would have even been killing it like now, right? Because a lot of it they were worried about the water resistance. I want to say when they came out with the 8 Pro, like they were worried about the water resistance, so they were talking about that was the reason why they moved away from it. But I mean, Dave 2D, I remember when he did his review on the OnePlus 7 Pro, he literally left it in like a bucket of water for his entire review, and his review was like 7 or 8 minutes long or something like that, and he left it in that whole bucket of water for the entire time and then pulled it out. It was still working even with that camera. So I personally wish that, you know what I'm saying, like I personally wish that he would have, or not he, OnePlus would have kept it going with that. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I feel like all manufacturers kind of had like their heyday, and now they're kind of like on like the down kind of swing a little bit, right? But I think a big portion of that is not because like the devices nowadays are worse or aren't as good. It's just we hold those devices in such high regard. Like the HTC One M8 is still my favorite phone of all time. Like I would love for Google, because they own, I think, that division of HTC. I would love for them to bring out like a HTC One A, but modernized with like the Pixel experience or whatever on it. Like that's an instant cop for me. Instantly, man. Instant cop. Almost as much of an instant cop as that Pixel Fold. That segue was nice, though. That segue was nice. But anyway, I am going to switch gears and talk about that Pixel Fold, man, because that one caught me off guard. And I was super excited to hear about it, man. Let me see if I can get this back up. we'll go with the good old 9 to 5 Google. Let me pull this out. But yeah, I had to go ahead and bring up the article on this one because this got me so hyped, man. So hyped. Let me do this. Let me do that. All right, cool. So there we go, man. There we go. So you got Google Tensor Power Pixel Foldable may look more like the Oppo Find N than the Galaxy Fold. Yo, shout out to Kyle Bradshaw for the dope article, man. But yo, even in this render right here, that thing looks so clean. Like, it looks so clean, man. Like, oh my God. Like, yo, just look at that thing, dog. Like, even in that render, man, it looks good. It doesn't seem like they got anything like super concrete. It looks like what they did was they found some like some images here where like they were inputting in the SIM card and they found like the whole foldable Pixel. But I mean, it's pretty obvious at this point that Google's definitely working on a foldable. I think ultimately what it comes down to is, when do we see it? Do we see it this year? Do we see it next year? I would love to see this thing this year, man, around Pixel 7 Pro. I'm just wondering what they're gonna do with the camera set, because I would be lying if I said I would be willing to give up the Pixel 6 Pro's camera set, man. Like, having all three of those focal lengths, even though the ultra wide is a little bit weak compared to the other two lenses, but having, you know, all three focal lengths has been like perfect, man. Has been perfect. So, but what they're saying that really caught my attention too was that this is going to take the shape of the Oppo Find N, which I found really interesting. Like, I kind of thought with them working, I'll kind of leave that one up, but with them working with Samsung so much, that I kind of thought it would kind of take this type of form factor, right? Where it would have like the real narrow kind of screen and stuff like that, man. But it looks like they're going to be going with the Oppo Find N, which I'm not mad at all. Like, I'm not mad. I still think that the Oppo Find N, from like a usability standpoint, I still think that that's super dope. In terms of having just that front screen, you know, feel more like a normal compact phone. Like, that, in my opinion, feels closer to what the definition of what I feel a foldable should be. Like, something super compact that you can fold into something, you know, really big, right? So I was super happy and super excited to see that, man. I mean, as we get more and more coverage on this thing and things start leaking, you know, where there's smoke, there's fire. So I would love to see this thing come to the market, because this, in all honesty, man, would be my dream phone. Like, right now, like I said, I'm carrying the Fold 3. And then, like, if I'm going somewhere where I know I'm going to be taking a lot of pictures, stuff like that, my Pixel is with me as well. So if I could have both of those, like the best from Google, the best in terms of like having that big form factor like the Fold, that's an instant buy for me. You know, 1600, 1700, I don't care. Give me it. Just give it to me. But super dope that they were able to break the news on that, man. Like I said, this thing is looking, even unfolded here, like I said, it's just showing you how to put that SIM card in. Man, this thing looks really good, yo. Really good. But I just wanted to talk about that one with y'all, see what y'all thought, man. Because like I said, that thing looks really dope. I'm really interested in that, man. Looks really clean, yo. So what do you guys think about that? I'm going to catch up on some of the other comments because I am really far behind. So I got to catch up with you guys. Y'all are absolutely killing it, man. Umar said my Pixel Buds and my Pixel Stand. Okay. Yeah, with the Pixel Stand, man, I'm not sure what's going on with that. I mean, I would think that it should work pretty much flawlessly with the new Pixels. I mean, I wouldn't think that they're trying to push you to the Pixel Stand 2 or anything like that. But yeah, I'm honestly not sure what's up with that. Kind of crazy. And even your Pixel Buds. I mean, with my Pixel Buds A, I haven't had any issues that I can remember, but I don't really use them all that often. I mainly just use the XM4s, the Sony XM4 buds. These are my favorite wireless earbuds right now. Only thing for me that these are missing is just multi-point. If they had multi-point, this would be perfect. Sony, all these other earbud manufacturers, Jabra, OnePlus, they're bringing multi-point to their wireless earbuds through software updates. Can you please do that as well? Much appreciated. Person that carries two phones pretty much all the time. Please. The villain in the villain was a scumbag in Matrix 4, but the film wasn't taking it. Yeah. I did like Neil Patrick Harris as that character though. Like I think he did a damn good job with that, yo, for real. Seriously. Eric said he's still looking at the McLaren edition of the OnePlus 7 Pro. Yes, sir. That McLaren edition was dope. I had the McLaren edition from it was the 7T Pro McLaren edition that I had through T-Mobile. I had the normal one, the blue nebula kind of color, like the matte blue, and then I also had the 7T Pro McLaren edition, the orange with the black on the back with like McLaren case and all of that. I had that one through T-Mobile, man. My favorite OnePlus phone to date, bro. He said that the originals are going for cheap. I might have to pick one up, man. Get SepDog to run some get SepDog to run some like repairs and stuff because he be repairing his OnePlus devices and all of that. Get him to like change out the battery for me, the display, stuff like that. Shoot, why not? Sony has been peaking these last 2 years. The thing that I like though, in regards to what Sony is doing though, is that their devices are super niche and they're leaning into that heavily, right? Like Sony isn't out here marketing their devices like you would see like a S21 Ultra or an iPhone or something like that, like a Pixel 6 Pro. Like they know that their devices are for like the niche, right? Like they know that 100%. Like they're not at all trying to debate that, but from what I'm hearing, man, like they're 110%. Oh, appreciate you, Barry. They're already 110% like selling like pretty much anything that they have in terms of stock for their like top of the line because theirs are being used by like news broadcast and stuff like that, bro. But I would love to see what Bionic Scoop, I would love to see what he would do with one of those like top of the line Sony cameras with like all of like the manual control modes and all of that built in. I would love to see what he would do with that, man. Like he because like yo, if you don't follow Scoop, man, like some of the pictures that this man is posting coming from like the Pixel and stuff like that. Like you just have some people who could just take pretty much anything and get a great picture out of it. Scoop is one of those people, for real. For real. He says somebody is going to die over that notch. Don't bother me, but some will. Gary, you talking about the iPhone notch? Because supposedly they're moving over to the whole pill / dot. The little they're calling it the eye hole because if you turn it sideways, it spells an eye. It's supposed to be moving over to that. So we'll see what happens. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Had to go full daddy mode. My bad. Little one comes out. Daddy, I'm bleeding. I'm like, where? He points at his leg. I'm like, dude, there's no blood there. Like, being super dramatic. Yo, the Pixel Fold does look dope. Like just that render, if it looks anything like that, man, like, oh my God, it looks so good, dude. It looks so good. If Google does make a foldable that has some of the best cameras, I'll be so yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like if it does come out this year, it'll be coming out a year. It'll be coming out. Why is my Google talking to me? My bathroom Google Nest speaker is talking to me. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but it's funny. Nah, I don't think y'all can hear that. But anyway, that's the thing that would have me sold, right? Is like with the Pixel 6 Pro being at that point a year old, I'm wondering if we would see the same exact camera layout from like the Pixel 6 Pro onto that Pixel Fold, because it seems like a running trend with foldables is that unless they make it like really big, like the Huawei Mate X2 was like pretty was really big. It seems like unless they make it like way bigger, it's tough to fit in all those different camera sensors, periscope lenses, and all that stuff. At least that's what it seems like Samsung's kind of running into. I know we got that new Honor Magic V. That thing looks fire too. And that one has triple 50 megapixel sensors across the board. But like what I'm hoping for the Fold 4 though, what I'm hoping is that we get the G and 5, I think it is, that they're using for the S22 and S22 Plus. Because normally what happens is for the Fold, we get the camera layout from whatever the Plus model is of that year, right? So if we get like a Samsung GN5, 50 megapixel, GN5, 50 megapixel ultra wide, and then maybe like 3x or 4x telephoto, man, like that thing could be dope. But I don't know. Samsung has a bad history of not using their own smartphone sensors, or they do, but they don't use the G line, like the GN line. I don't know why. Pixel takes some of the best photos I've seen. Vivo X70 Pro Plus, man, it's a mouthful. It takes the best photos I've pretty much ever seen out of a phone. So I don't know, man. I don't know. He said he has Pixel Buds from 2020. Okay, so you got some of the real OG ones for sure. Love the idea of the Pixel Fold, but the way people have torn to the Pixel 6 series, I sort of dread its release. If that no, that makes perfect sense, Jason, because a lot of people, and I've seen some people talking about the Pixel Fold, talking about that too, and a lot of them were talking about because of like the software portion. I mean, based off of what Google showed with the hardware, I'm not so much as worried about the hardware anymore. It would be the software that I think a lot of people are worried about. But and like I said, this is just totally my opinion. I don't work for Google, so I don't know. I would hope by the time a Pixel Fold comes out, like in the fall, if it does, or if it comes out, with Android 12L, I think that's supposed to be coming out around the Google I/O time. Maybe they release the Pixel Fold as some hardware there. I don't know. But like by that time, I would hope that whatever issues they're having with Android 12 would be squashed by then, right? Because already from what I'm seeing with Android 12L, like they're literally already behind the scenes refining the crap out of everything. Like I have it on my Pixel 5, and 12L is literally just like a refinement, like adding some polish, that type of stuff. So who knows, man? We'll definitely see though. Can always hope for the best, yo. If that Pixel Fold is really coming to market, I got to start putting my money to the side because they already have it built into the software. So that folding experience, exactly like with 12L, man, like they're already getting stuff like this, Duo, all that stuff ready for the next level. But even having 12L on here, I think is going to be dope, right? Like I think that's going to be super dope. I think Samsung, in terms of software, handles foldable devices really, really well. I mean, it's the only foldable I've used personally, so I can't talk about if they do it the best. I mean, I don't know. I haven't used anybody else's, but like I said, I think that Samsung handles foldables in terms of software. I think that they handle it really, really well, especially when you look at the fact that developers really aren't optimizing their applications for foldables right now. Like, I honestly can't think of any app that isn't either first party from Samsung or first party from Google, because Google obviously is baking in some of this stuff to Android already. I don't really see any third party applications that are really like, optimized for foldable devices. Like I'm not really seeing that. So, I mean, who knows, man? It'll just be good to see a lot of this stuff software wise built in natively to Android. Like that'll be like that, in my opinion, is the part that I'm super like that's the part that has me super hyped, right? Is because what people don't understand is like, Google shouldn't make a foldable. Google shouldn't make a foldable. But it's like, if Google builds support, if Google comes out with a foldable, that they're going to build support for it in terms of the software side, which is obviously what they're doing with Android 12L. So it makes it easier for developers to take advantage of the bigger displays, the foldables and stuff like that. Like they don't have to go on their end and do any of the heavy lifting anymore. Like a great dope, if you're into foldables, a great video to watch, man. It's I don't know if it was from Google I/O talk foldables. I think it was at Google I/O. Yeah, okay, here it is. Let me see if I can copy the link and throw it in the chat for you guys. But man, that's a mouthful. Hopefully y'all will be able to click on that. I don't know if it's gonna work. Okay, yeah, it's not gonna work right. Yeah, whatever. I don't think that's gonna work right. I don't know why I tried it, but no, pretty much, man. Like it's a whole Google I/O kind of like keynote talk, specifically talking about foldables and Android 12L. And like when you see some of the optimizations that's coming, like you have the whole kind of Windows style taskbar at the bottom, and how Samsung Labs on foldables have that feature where you can automatically make apps work in split view even when they natively don't support it. That's being baked natively in. The whole if an app is a certain DPI width, it automatically gives you a column view. Stuff like that is being baked natively in. So all developers theoretically should have to do is just call those APIs and we're golden, right? So it's like a lot of that stuff is being built in natively, man. I wouldn't be surprised with, I don't think it'll happen right at the release of 12L, but like as 12L gets out, we do get that Pixel Fold and more manufacturers are making foldables. I wouldn't be surprised to see like the software side catch up. Because like I've said it in multiple Fold 3 videos, like in terms of hardware, I think Samsung has it, dude. I mean, the only thing I would say is obviously the crease, which you can't see from that angle, but like other manufacturers have already kind of got the crease figured out. Like if you look at the fine end, you honestly, I've seen it from multiple angles. Obviously, if you hold it to that super extreme, you can kind of see like a little crease, but like normal looking on the device, you cannot see the crease at all. So the crease portion has been figured out, in my opinion. Like that portion's been figured out. You have water resistance on the Z Fold 3 already. The water resistance has been figured out. And then like what a lot of people don't realize is, while yes, if you have the phone open, this screen is more fragile. Yes, that's 100% correct. But when you close this and you're using it like this out and about, if you drop this, you're gonna break whatever this lands on. This thing is heavy, dude. And like this whole outer portion, I mean, you might ding it or something like that. But dude, like this thing is more than durable. Gary, contractor POV, he's a contractor and he uses foldables. So, like I said, in my opinion, man, the hardware is there. We're just waiting for the software to catch up to the hardware, in my opinion. Notch looks like the OG Fold, but smaller. When you said Google, my buds paused and waited for. Oh, that's funny. Yo, it's crazy how sensitive it is. You said my sister said, sorry, I don't understand. Yeah, I just set off everybody's, bro. I just set off everybody's. He said, yes, it will be the GN5. I asked Samsung why they couldn't put the superior GN1, GN2, but I would take it over them using their worst sensor. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Because like I have the S21 Ultra, and I'm not saying that it's a bad camera sensor. I don't believe that it is a bad camera sensor. But like in my opinion, man, like I would take a GN1 over that, or over Samsung's 108 megapixel sensor any day of the week right now. Like how much light and stuff I'm able to get off of that sensor without even having to go into night mode. For somebody who shoots the type of things that I shoot, everybody takes different pictures. But like taking pictures of my kids, taking pictures out at theme parks where you may not have like the best light, it's starting to get, dark outside, whatever, dim lighting, whatever. Like that GN1 sensor is tough to beat, man, in the situations that I love taking photos in. So I would love for them to go, I would love for them to go GN1, GN2, man. If we get the GN5, I mean, at least it's that type of sensor where it's the bigger pixels and all that, better light, all that good stuff. I just hope that they don't keep these same sensors for another year. Like, no. Like last year, I was kind of like, all right, they kind of bumped up things on the software side. The sensors are, it's whatever. But this year, no, we need, I want, and like, I kind of want the same exact layout that we're getting with the S22 Ultra with the 2 telephotos. I would love that on a foldable. I honestly just don't think we have like the physical space to throw that in here, but I don't know, man. We'll see. It's like, it makes me so mad. Cause like that's literally the only thing with this phone for me is like it's not that the cameras are bad. The cameras aren't bad, but it's like I know it's like, okay, I can take photos with this, or I can just go grab my Pixel and like take photos, like the best photos that I've taken on a smartphone. Like, why wouldn't I just grab the Pixel? So it's like, I need them to do that. I believe Google will put the 5A sensors in their fold if only to keep the prices down. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like if they do decide to go 5A, I mean, in terms of like the normal settings, like peak lighting, stuff like that, I honestly don't find that I see a huge difference between my 5 and my 6 Pro. Where I generally see a big difference between the two is when we start talking low light. Obviously, because that sensor is so much bigger on the Pixel 6 Pro. So, I mean, I don't necessarily know if I'd want them, because the reason I say this, Jason, is because at that point, which will be fall of this year, like that camera sensor will be what, 5, 6 years old at that point. I mean, I'd much prefer to see them go with the layout of the Pixel 6, which would be just the ultra wide and then that Samsung GN1 sensor. Yeah, I think it is the GN1 in the Pixel line. I'd rather see them go that layout than go for the 5A, because then I just feel like at that point we're kind of backtracking just a bit too much, right? To kind of keep that price down. So because it's already going to be like a super niche device. Like Google is not going to sell a ton of them. Like they're not going to sell a lot of them, in my opinion. Like I just don't think that they will, because in my opinion, there's not a lot. I mean, I see a lot more folds like in the wild now, obviously because of trade-in deals and stuff like that. I honestly don't see. I don't see a future where Google has a trade. And I would love to be wrong about this, but I don't see a future where Google has a trade-in deal where you can get like a Pixel Fold for $1,000 or $800 when you trade in a device. Whereas if you paid attention to the Best Buy deal and all of that, you could have got a Z Fold 3 for $1,000. And when it first came out, I got mine through a carrier and I got mine for $1,000. So it's kind of like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It gets tough. It gets tough. The only other dev taking foldable series is Microsoft. Office apps on dual display and tablets are getting really good. That's definitely true. And I know on the Duo that has to be, or the Duo 2, that has to be a beautiful experience, man. Like I still want to get my hands on a Duo 2. I just can't. I can't justify the expense right now because, like I said, I always saving for the wedding and saving for the house and all that stuff. But like I said, man, I just can't justify the price right now, but I absolutely want a Duo 2, especially after that December update came out. And a lot of people were like, yo, it made it really good. Like that, in my opinion, just, oh God, for productivity, it just does it so much better. Like, and I mean, I'm not going to lie, like that's why I like the Fold, is because when I do open it and I give it that landscape view, it does give me kind of a Duo mini experience, like a Duo light kind of experience. Same thing with the Oppo Find N. Like if I turn this sideways, it kind of gives me that same kind of aspect ratio, like a light version of it, right? But I would, when you look at that Duo, man, and just how simple it is, it's like click this app, open on one screen, everything shifts over. Click this app, everything is good. So I still have my original Surface Duo. I don't know if they'll be able to make it run as good as that Duo 2. I'll probably just hang on to my Duo 1 as like a collector's piece. Because if I do get the Duo 2, I don't think I want to trade in my first generation. Like I just love that hardware so much, man. Like I just took it out the other day and was just playing with it a little bit. And man, like I just love that hardware so much. It's so good. It is so good. Umar said, to be fair, to be frank, I have seen more flips than fold. Yeah, my mom-in-law has a flip, so I've definitely seen a lot more flips too. The flip itself, I think that is a little bit more just because it's more affordable, right? Like if you can get this for $1,000, you can get a flip for under the cost of what you would spend for like a flagship, premium, or I should say a premium flagship, because in my opinion, like Pixel 6, S21 FE, iPhone 13, those are flagships. But when we're talking premium flagships is where it kind of separates itself. But you can get a Z Flip 3 for under that cost. Like you can get a Z Flip 3 for like $500. Like that's cheap, really, really cheap, right? So, I mean, when you look at it from that perspective, man, it's kind of like, got you. So I just don't really see the appeal of a Fold. A Flip I can understand. I only use tablets to take notes and nothing else. Yeah, and that's the thing, Umar. Like, I'll never be the because you hear a lot of people say, "Oh, this right here is the absolute future," right? No. Like, this is definitely a part of our future. The same way we have, sedans, we have minivans, we have pickup trucks. We have all these different types of vehicles for a bunch of different types of drivers. I think smartphones are moving in that same direction. You'll have foldables like this for people who like, think of it like an ultra wide display. You got Surface Duo 2 for those who like multi-monitor setups. You'll still have, slab smartphones as like kind of the norm, like kind of like the base or whatever. And then you'll have like, I won't call them foldables, I'll call them flippables. You'll have flippables for those people who just want a really small, compact, phone that they can open up and have a normal smartphone experience. So, like I said, I don't think it'll ever be like the only future. I just think that it'll be a part of our future. I can't tell you the appeal for you because if it's not for you, it's not for you, right? But I can only tell you a little bit about, like I said, me, right? So for me, and the Duo is probably the better experience for what I'm about to talk about. But like I said, I only have the Fold 3. But for me, it's just being able to, on the go, I have this complete one-handed experience. I can reach both sides to this. I can swipe down and invoke Samsung's, the whole one-handed mode to make this smaller, whatever. This, in my opinion, is a straight up one-handed experience from top to bottom. It's not, I wish it was a little bit wider, but this is one-handed perfection in my opinion, except for like the top, obviously. But Samsung does a lot for you to be able to just, not have to worry about reaching the very top, right? So this, in my opinion, perfect for one-handed. Then when I'm somewhere where, say, I want to watch some content, or maybe I want to scroll through Twitter while also having a YouTube video playing, or maybe I'm watching a YouTube video and I'm like, yo, those earbuds look dope, or yo, that case looks dope. Let me split screen Amazon and I can literally surf Amazon and do all of that while I'm still watching that product review. So it's like, yeah, you can do split view on normal Android phones. Yeah, you can do that, but you don't have, and I'll kind of pull this down that way you can actually see it. You don't have this much screen real estate doing that. You see what I mean? So it's definitely, like I said, a niche device. There's only one person that I've ever recommended a Z Fold 3 to, and it was because they were specifically looking for an all-in-one. They were like, I don't want to carry a camera. I don't want to carry a tablet. I don't want to carry a like not like a laptop, but literally their whole experience, they use the front screen when they're out and about. This is like their kind of multimedia. They're watching YouTube, all of that stuff experience. They literally plug their phone in and use Samsung DeX for their schoolwork. And literally they power it all through one device, right? So for them, like I said, this is superb, but it's definitely a niche product, 110%. 110%. Hey, Savage is in the building. What's going on, my guy? And shout out to Juan too. What's going on, man? I didn't even say what's up to you. What's going on? Oh man, Jason. So he said, what do you think of the S22 price leaks? Yeah, so I haven't discussed it. So okay, like 110%, man. I'm not gonna sit here and say, well, it's just too high, because I remember me and you were talking on Twitter, and I don't feel as though anybody is or anybody should be buying a flagship Samsung device, including Fold, for full price. You shouldn't. You should do one of two things. You should either trade in a device, which Samsung is always, I'm not gonna say always, they're normally pretty good about their trade-ins. They kind of went jippy with the Fold 3, but carriers made up for it. But always get a trade-in, or wait 2 weeks and you'll find one on a discount. Always. It's literally like clockwork. So I don't want to say that the prices are too high, because I don't feel like anyone should buy any of their devices for full retail, because they literally go on sale 2 weeks later. So like I said, man, it's definitely tough to kind of say that they are too high. The one thing I am concerned about, and I remember talking about it in that same Twitter thread, is with this whole I don't know if it's confirmed. It seems like it is confirmed, but the fact that they're charging $100 more than the S21 Ultra was, but taking away 4 gigabytes of RAM, and everything else is the exact same as the S21 Ultra. That doesn't sit right with me. right? It's like you're charging me $100 more for the same storage, same specifications, except the RAM, but you're going down on my RAM. You're not even like doubling my storage. It's like, how do you justify that extra $100, right? And like a lot of people are saying, well, chip shortage, chip shortage. But at the end of the day, the chip shortage isn't my problem as the consumer. Why are you charging me an extra $100 for pretty much? And I mean, and they don't have to change camera hardware to make the cameras better. I'm not going to say that, but it's like I don't see where I'm getting anything for that extra $100. Now, if Samsung said, S22 Ultra, $1,300 for the base model, but they give you the same exact specifications as the S21 Ultra, include that S Pen built in, and double your storage to 256, then I can say, okay, for the extra $100, you're getting, you're getting the updated camera software that's gonna hopefully make your camera better. I'm not gonna say the processor, because the processor is looking real sus right now. And then you're also getting double the storage, right? So I could kind of see that, but it doesn't sound like that's what we're getting, man. So I'm honestly not feeling it, not feeling the price from that perspective. Now, I'm not saying 8 GB of RAM isn't enough for a phone. Like, I'm not saying that. 8 GB of RAM should be fine for scrolling your Twitter feed and doing all of that stuff. Like, all right, cool, whatever. But the thing is why are you taking 4 GB of RAM away from your buyers when you offered it at $100 cheaper last year? That, in my opinion, doesn't make a lot of sense. So maybe I'm missing something there. I have no idea, man. Definitely agree with the phones becoming cars. Yeah, man, and like that's always the way that I try to explain how I see smartphones headed, because a lot of people are just like looking for that next thing, like how we kind of had the iPhone, which was like kind of kicked off this whole capacitive touchscreen and all that crap, like this whole different form factor. People are looking for like that next thing, whereas like me, I think we're gonna have multiple things, right? I think we're gonna have foldables, flippables, dual screen phones. I think we're gonna have tri folding phones. I think we're gonna have fully separate smartwatches, meaning like you can literally just smartwatch, no phone to attach to it, none of that. I think we're gonna have smart glasses, all of this stuff. I think all of this is the future. Barry, I really agree with this. I honestly think at that price point, they're trying to justify the FE, to be honest, which I personally feel like with that one, Samsung should have just took that L on it and priced it at the same price as the Pixel 6. I still would recommend the Pixel 6 over the FE, just me personally, but like at least if they're the same price, you could kind of get away with the whole, well, it depends if you like One UI, you have the whole 3x telephoto lens on the FE. Like you could kind of compare, right? And say, well, you can go this way or that way. At $100 more expensive, there is no comparison in my opinion. Get a Pixel 6. Like the FE is normally what I try to get, either the base model S flagship, or the FE is what I try to get my parents into. I already told my dad, the minute T-Mobile offers a deal on the Pixel 6, he's going into a Pixel 6, 110%. I'm like, Dad, and I told my mom, when her, whole thing is up, she's getting a Pixel 6 as well. I'm like, you guys take way too many photos of your grandkids for some of them photos that are coming out of their Samsung phones that they have. I'm like, y'all, we need to get y'all some pixels in this piece. Plus, I showed my dad the whole smart assistant, like the whole voice, like the voice dictation, and he fell in love. He's like, oh yeah. He's like, I'm definitely getting a Pixel next time T-Mobile has a good deal on it. So we'll definitely see what's up with that. Yo, Jason said, where can I get a fold that unfolds into a coffee table? Yo, let me know when you do, dog. Let me know when you do. Oh man. I see what you mean now with the folds. Yeah, man, exactly. Hey, Galen, what's going on, my dude? What's up with you? Hope everything is good, dog. Yo, Galen, man, what you think about the S22 Ultra? Because I know he was talking about, because he had a major issue with his Pixel where it, like, forgot his fingerprints, and like when it forgets your fingerprints, you can't just, well, when the bug happens, you can't just re-register them. You got to factory reset your phone. Like the whole part of the settings app for you to register your fingerprints literally tells you, like, it just doesn't work. Like you got a factory reset. Like somebody else already had the issue, and I think Google commented on it. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm wondering what he thinks about those prices, man. I'm wondering what he thinks. Very crazy. He said, put that on his shirt, Ike. The chip shortage is not my problem as a consumer. Hey, I literally hear clients tell me all day about how the chip shortage is not their problem. Like for those that don't know, I work in IT and we have a whole like depot where we can have you send your computer in. Obviously, we fix it if we have the parts. If not, you gotta wait, backlogs, whatever. And customers tell me all day, it's not my problem that you guys are having to deal with the chip shortage. I want my computer fixed. I feel the same way towards Samsung. It's not my problem that Qualcomm is charging y'all an arm and a leg. You know what I'm saying? Go the Google route and start working on trying to get Exynos where it needs to be so you can offer that in the States. Like, I get it. They're using some technology in it that's patented by Qualcomm here in the States. Again, it ain't my problem. You need to work on it because trying to get somebody to pay. And again, I'm talking all this trash right now. Most likely I will be buying one. Like something would have to happen financially for me to not be able to afford it, for me not to get it. But I'm just saying, again, I'm that niche case where I'm always going to have the latest and greatest. But it's like, how do I justify telling somebody? And it just made me think about it. Eric literally said exactly what I'm about to say on Wired Wednesday yesterday. Check them out if you didn't see it. Replay squad. But he literally said, like, how do you justify you're trading in an S21 Ultra? You're spending money on top of that because you're still gonna have to pay, $400 or $500 out of your pocket, and you're getting pretty much less back. And I'm gonna be honest with you, like me as a user, I'm not heavy on the S Pen. Like I'm not a big S Pen guy. Like I got through just fine not using my S21 Ultra with an S Pen. I use the Z Fold 3 pretty much over my S21 Ultra. I've literally used an S Pen once, and that was in a video to show that I can use the S Pen as B-roll. Other than that, I don't use the S Pen. So it's like, man, for me, if I wasn't doing content on the device, it kind of would be a situation where I would seriously have to have a whole self-analysis on why I'm spending the additional money. I still would most likely do it because I love to have the latest and greatest, man. But I mean, you look at it from that perspective. It's like, is it worth it? What are you getting, right? So we'll see, man. We'll see. Yeah, that is true about Samsung devices. They do come down in prices. Yeah, literally, man. I want to say it was last year with the Fold. No, not with the Fold. With the S21 Ultra. Literally, I want to say a week and a half, and I already saw somebody on eBay. Their normal retail price was $1,200. I saw it on eBay already for like $1,050, like already $150 discount, and the phone just came out a week and a half ago, right? It's crazy, man. Samsung got to pay for $10 billion a year in advertising and for spending all that cash on the next Exynos. That Juan, you wrong for that, dog. I was waiting to see what was going on with this new Exynos chip, and for them to just flat out we ain't showing it. I was like, what? Like something major had to have happened with that. But that right there is a good one, dude. That's good right there. I'm worried that, oh God, Jason, I was thinking this, dude. I was thinking this. I'm worried that Samsung has really brought into this virtual RAM thing, less actual RAM and more I was thinking that too. Like, are they going to try to justify it with, well, we're going to give you 4 gigabytes of virtual RAM, so you have 12 gigabytes of, no, I want 12 gigabytes of physical RAM in the phone, and then give me 4 virtual on top of that. Because I don't know if Android 11, if they put that in there, because I'm still waiting. And it's not Samsung, so I won't bash them for this, but it's not Samsung, it's T-Mobile. I even looked on their website. T-Mobile is moving super slow with their Fold updates for the Fold and the Flip. Like, I still don't have Android 12 on my Fold. Like, it is insane. Like, they're still testing right now. I don't know how long y'all need to test, but gee whiz. But I don't think I have RAM Plus on my Fold. Yeah, no, I don't have it on here. But yeah, like when I get the Android 12 update, I'll have 12 gigabytes of RAM. Oh, I just thought about something and it scared me. But let me finish my thought. I have 12 gigabytes of RAM and then I have 4 virtual, right? So like I'm good with that, right? but what just scared me is, do y'all think they might try to go 8 gigabytes of RAM with the Fold 4 to bring that price down? Do y'all think that Samsung would do that? Bro, they better not do that. Like, bruh, Pixel, you need to come out with the Pixel Fold. Because I'm not going to lie, I kind of see Samsung doing that. Like, I kind of see them doing that. And it kind of made me sad. Like, for real sad. Dang, bro. 8 gigabytes is kind of sad if you're into features like Dex. Okay, see, and I don't, like I said, I don't use Dex too much. Like for me, 8 gigabytes of RAM would most likely be just fine, especially with the whole 4 virtual. But it's not about whether that's good enough for me. It's for me, it's a whole. It's just the principle of it, right? Don't give me less and charge me more. Like that, in my opinion, just isn't okay. I don't know. Samsung had to have the FE price plan plan long ago once Google dropped the Pixel 6 thing. And that's what I think too, Jason. But the same way that OnePlus pivoted real quick, like, yo, we got to drop the price. And they dropped the price on their devices. I think Samsung should have just took that L and just was like, you know what? Price it at the same amount, period. Dex works well with 4 gigabytes, but 12 should be the standard. Even my Pixel Pro. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, okay, I get it. Not a lot of people need 12 gigabytes of RAM in a phone. Like, I'm not saying that, it's needed. I'm running so much on here that I need it. Like, I'm not saying that, right? Like, I'm not saying that at all, right? But for me, it all comes down to a principle thing. Don't start a standard and then backpedal. Like, don't do it. I'm talking to everybody. Google, Samsung, and Apple, because Apple be doing it too. Don't do it, man. Yo, Barry, I saw the deal, but I think you gotta have Magenta Max for that, right? Because my dad, I could probably trade in an old phone for him so he could do it. But I want to say you gotta have Magenta Max, and my parents don't have Max. They have the normal Magenta plan because my mom doesn't want to upgrade their plan because of how much it would cost them. So I'm not sure if that plan is only for Magenta Max or whatever the case may be. I saw someone on Twitter say the factory reset didn't even work. No. Are you kidding me? I hope that that's not the case, dog. So like right now, Galen, you still don't have fingerprints set up on your phone. You just have to type in your PIN or just not use a PIN at all. Dog, I'm curious, man. I wish the S22 Ultra base version. Oh crap, I'm like super losing. We'll probably finish out these last few comments here, guys, and then head out. I'm a little over. Gotta grab the little one from the missus. She's getting a little tired. But he said, I wish the S22 Ultra base version was 1100, but I know Samsung won't do that, even though a month after. Exactly. We're gonna see him for 900. Facts. Eric said that would be the shirt for real. Chip shortage, that's not my problem. I'm with it. I'm with it, dog. Let's do it. Let's do it. The only reason why Samsung pulled the info is because certain parts of the chip is weaker than the new MediaTek density that just came out. But isn't the isn't the MediaTek density that just came out? Isn't that beating the new Qualcomm chip too? I could have sworn that somebody said that the new Dimensity chip was beating out the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 as well. I don't know, but they need to get it out, bro. They need to get it out for real. Like, stop worrying. And it's not that I don't like Qualcomm. It's not even about them. I just feel like on the shelf solutions, like that generic solution just goes against how I feel about products. I feel like if you make a product, you should be involved in that product in every aspect. I guess that's kind of why I've always been drawn to the Apple ecosystem, because it's like, yes, it's super limiting. I definitely will be the first person to say that, but it's like Apple controls and I know the word control freaks people out, right? They control your experience from every aspect of what you touch as far as their products, right? And that's not going to work for everybody. Like, not everybody can live within Apple's ecosystem, right? And I'll be the first person to admit that. But if you can live in their ecosystem and use their products and get your workflow is good with that, like, it, in my opinion, like it's great. I love it. I can honestly say I love the Apple ecosystem. I know a lot of people know they're like walled garden, prison, da 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 da. I look at it like a beautiful paradise. Yes, the walls are around it, but it's a beautiful paradise inside. Because my workflow, I can do everything within the Apple ecosystem. I'm just way too much of a nerd to only stick with an iPhone. Like I love the iPhone just as much as I love the Samsung phones and the Pixels, but I can't just stick with one phone for too long, man. I'm just too much of a nerd. Juan, you still don't have it too. Is the Fold 3 that you have a carrier model as well? Because I know T-Mobile is the reason why, but some people I've seen on Twitter, they've been getting it on their unlocked models. I even saw some people they take out their like T-Mobile branded SIM card and put in a different SIM card, and they're getting the update that way. I think it only works for the unlocked model though, because obviously if you buy the T-Mobile version, it's gonna have T-Mobile's software for Samsung on there, so can't really do anything about that. Virtual, bruh. They can push out an update to remove that virtual RAM. Yo, the next year, LaShawn, they're gonna be like, nobody was using the feature, so we're just gonna remove the virtual RAM. Yo, for real, dog. He said, I see. I'm using the Fold 3 as well. Got the S Pen 2. I'm using the Spigen Thin Fit Pro or Spigen Thin Fit to house it. So far, it's been amazing. I'm with Verizon and got the update last week. Okay, that's dope, man. How are you liking Android 12, Louis? I wish I could use it on my phone, but sucks. See, that's what I'm saying, Juan. I don't want them to. Like, I really hope that they don't on the phone. Like, bruh. Samsung, I know you don't watch nothing I do. I am not nearly influential enough for y'all to care about me, dog. But if somehow, some way, y'all get this or y'all see this, bro, do not make a Galaxy Z Fold 4 with 8 GB of RAM. Don't do it. Don't do it. Y'all are gonna in my opinion, they're not gonna go down on the price anymore just because in order for them to fit more stuff in here, more features, more hardware, technically they should be going up. I honestly think that they'll keep it where it's at price wise. For $1,800, just give me them extra 4 GB of RAM, dog. For real. Just give me those. You ain't putting a charger in there. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're giving me pre-order credit, but physically in the box, you ain't giving me a charger. You ain't giving me earbuds. You're not giving me a little dongle. You're not giving me any of that stuff. I will take the L on that, Samsung, but please give me those 4 GB of RAM just for principle. I may never use them, but just give them to me for principle. Please, man. Please. Barry said, yep, that's the only thing I haven't liked about T-Mobile lately, bro, is all of their promotions, dog. All of their promotions, bro, you have to be on Magenta Max. And I'm already on Magenta Max because when I, got my own thing, I like to be on whatever the best is because in terms of like throttling and the whole prioritization, all that stuff, like I've never had my speeds throttled, none of that stuff on I like that. My parents don't need that, dude. Like they're good. So having all of those deals locked into Magenta Max is just stupid to me. Bro, I just saw your comments, Galen. Yes, it is beating the 8th gen. Okay, so yeah, it's even beating that too, man. Like, yo, I need to get a phone with that Dimensity processor just to try, man. Seriously. Barry said, just can't sustain it for a mile. Oh, it's running sprints. Yo, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 is running sprints, man. I can't. It's got to run them sprints, dog. Android 12 is good. I'm not much of a power user, but there are a few nice customization things okay, that's what's up. I'm hype about it, dog. I want it, man. I want it. Yo, LaShawn, real talk, bro. With those specs, and I'm not a spec person. I've been primarily an Apple ecosystem person. So you already know I'm not about specs. I'm not about specs. But that better be the Z Fold 4 Lite. Like that better be like a Z Fold 4 Lite. And even at that price point for a Z Fold 4 Lite with those specs, that's tough to swallow. But they better not do no Z Fold 4 with that, dog. Bruh. I will have to put out a public statement so that way I can hold myself accountable and y'all can hold me accountable not to let me buy that thing, dog. Like, not to upgrade because it's the latest and greatest. Like, no, no. I would just flame it. I would make so many videos just flaming it. Like, nah, bro. Absolutely no. I got Android 12 on my S20 FE and Tab S7 within this last week. Verizon happy to have the must be nice. T-Mobile, I need y'all to get on the board. I always be saying John Legere would never stand for this. But who knows, man? He's off doing bigger and better things apparently. But I'm just like, ugh. But this will probably be the last comment, guys, and we'll go ahead and I'm done with you. No, I didn't like that, LaShawn. I just saw that pop up. No, I didn't like that. No, I didn't. Not at all. I need to know when Android 12 is coming to this S10e because this is my baby. Nice one-hand size, still got all the features. Mine is dual video for the cameras. Yeah, I mean, dude, I look at it like this. If you have it and you're still happy with it and it's still trucking right along, man, there's honestly no reason to upgrade. I always tell people, especially like family and stuff like that, just because you see me with like the newest, latest and greatest, even before I had a channel, just because you see me with the latest and greatest does not mean that you need to go out and buy it. Keep what you got. I just got my little brother. He wanted an iPhone. All his little friends use iPhones. And we didn't even talk about that tonight because I'm just over the whole. I just shook the camera. I'm over the whole RCS and iMessage thing. I guess real quick, I'll just kind of drop my whole opinion on it. But just want to make sure I answer Eric's question. But or not answer, but just make sure I acknowledge it correctly. But yeah, like if it's still working for you and it's great, dude, stick with it. Like I said, my little brother, iPhone 8. I'm literally about to buy an Amazon renewed iPhone 8 for him right now. When I get off of this live stream, I'm literally about to go buy it for him right now because that's what he wants. You see what I'm saying? Like he just wants an iPhone to be able to be all iMessage group chatting and iMessage group chatting and all of that, FaceTime and all that stuff with his friends. So it is what it is. But yeah, man, with the whole, just to wrap up with it, man. Hey, good point. I'm working on it, dog. I can't do every phone unlock because I can't spend $1,800 on the phone. But if it's like a normal slab premium flagship smartphone, I'm trying to do completely 100% unlock this year. Like everything. My Pixel was already unlocked, and pretty much all of my major hitters, like my S21 Ultra is unlocked. My Pixel 6 Pro is unlocked. I have an iPhone 13 Pro. That one's with T-Mobile. I got their trade-in deal. And then I went out and bought a 13 Pro Max. That's unlocked as well. So, like I said, I'm trying to live that unlocked life, man. Just with some of these prices, man, it's really tough to do it. But anyway, real quickly, guys, like I said, just to kind of give my spiel on it, I guess, before we wrap up. But the whole iMessage and RCS thing, it's literally what it always is in the tech community. Two sides arguing and neither side is listening correctly to the other side. I don't want to say the Apple people or the Android people, but that's honestly how I'm seeing it. So I'm just addressing it that way. I'm in both camps. I have an iPhone. I normally carry an iPhone. Only reason I'm not carrying an iPhone with me right now is because I'm working on content for the Fold and the Pixel or whatever the case may be, right? So that's the only reason why. Other than that, I carry an iPhone and I carry an Android phone. Whatever that Android phone is, rotates pretty much every week or at this point, every day. The iPhone obviously stays the iPhone until the next model comes out. But this whole thing, it's like I'm seeing both of these camps just yelling. It's almost like when you're young and you get into an argument with your significant other or whatever, and y'all are just yelling. Neither one of y'all are listening to the point where y'all don't even understand what the other person is even talking about at this point, right? I feel like that's what's going on. So this is my stance, and this is the only thing I'm going to say to address it, and then we're going to kind of wrap it up here. I want Apple to support RCS, yes. Just because they support RCS does not mean iMessage is going anywhere. iMessage will still have all the little extra iMessage features, the little games, the built-in Apple Pay support, all of that other stuff. It will still have the little animations or little effects that you can send. You will still have all of that stuff through iMessage. However, if you go to text somebody that's on Android, it will fall back to RCS. Meaning, if I'm on my iPhone, I take a dope video of my son doing something cute and I want to send it to my mom, If I'm shooting video, most likely I'm picking up my iPhone because I just prefer their video to everybody else's. I can still send that to my mom in full quality. I don't have to wait for it to upload to Google Photos and then send my mom a link. I can do it right there from the messages application. See where I'm getting at? That's what I want. I don't want RCS to take over iMessage. Apple ain't having that. If you even thinking that that's even on the discussion, you're crazy because that's not what anybody is talking about. That's to address that side. Now for the other side, with the whole, like I said, with the Apple side, with them yelling and screaming and stuff too. Again, like I said, it's not going anywhere. iMessage ain't going anywhere. Like I said, for the other side, which is like I said, the Android can't. I understand where people are coming from with the whole Apple side because Google came out with 50 gajillion messaging apps. We've already heard it. They killed off a lot of them. All of that good stuff. RCS is, like I said, just now being really supported by the carriers. I think all the carriers this year was like, hey, we're only doing Google Messages on all of our Android phones going forward in 2022. So that way you kind of get set up to go into RCS. But again, like I said, guys, Google didn't make RCS. They didn't create this new standard. At least I don't think that they did. Google didn't create it. It's just what the industry is moving towards. Apple already supports SMS and MMS, which were the previous standard. So please just get RCS, use it as the backup. I don't want it to be iMessage replacement. That ain't happening. Everybody calm down. That's all I'm going to say on that. I guess I can hit up a few of these. Y'all kind of going in. I love it. I love it. Eric said, that's what it is. iOS is blue. Android is green. I really don't like how iOS messes up the Android messages that come in on their device. Like, that's not cool because picture messages don't work. And it's like, not even so much that they don't work. For me, the biggest thing that I always, because a lot of people are like talking about other crap, you know, oh, the read receipts. And I need to see when I message just. I don't care about none of that. I just want to be able to take a video of my iPhone, send it to my mom on her Android phone right from my iPhone. I don't want to have to upload it to Google Photos and then send her a link. I don't want to have to do that, regardless of how fast my data is. I don't want to have to do that. I just want to send it natively right then and there. I don't want to take the extra step. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. I don't care about all the extra crap. I don't care about that. I just want to be able to send that high quality video natively in the application. That's it. That's it. So like I said, I'm going to leave it at that. Let's everybody respect everybody else, man. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has needs and everybody has things that they want that you may not want, things that they like that you don't like, things that you may agree with that they don't. Let's just all respect everybody's opinions. And like I said, let's try to get them to use it as a backup. That way it doesn't affect what they got going on with iMessage. And it makes the overall experience better for everybody. That's all I'm saying. So that's all I'm saying. Very crazy. Jason C is like, you and you fight. You already know. Yeah, Lewis said facts. Yeah. So like I said, that's where we're gonna end it at, guys. I don't want to be long and drawn out about it. People have been talking about that all week. Quite frankly, man, I'm super tired of seeing it, man. It's not that big of a deal. If Apple does, great. If they don't, missed opportunity on their part, in my opinion. Like I said, I would love to see them do it for the reason that I stated, but it is what it is. We'll definitely see what happens. But like I said, guys, Juan and TK Bay, I want to say they are either live or getting ready to go live. One of the two. Best of our week. Go check them out. They are right after me, I want to say. And then tomorrow, open mic night, because I am. Oh, okay. Juan is still here. So it might be at Juan, is it at 11? Is it at 11? I want to say it's at 11. I think it's at 11. I think it's at 11. Yeah. It is at 11. It is. Man, Juan, you got me confused. Answer. Because I don't know. Yeah, a little bit later tonight. Okay, perfect. There it is, guys. There's the time right there, 11:30 p.m. Eastern time. Yo, shout out to those guys. And don't forget, LaShawn, a.k.a. Holla at Your Boy, is going to be tomorrow night, open mic night. Catch him too, man. But as always, guys, this is Ike's Tech Talk. I will catch you guys next week. Video coming to y'all live on Monday. As always, we back in rotation for the video. So stay tuned for that, man. But good night, everybody. Peace out.